All right, we're getting the party started.
Great. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Join us. We got a little party going on here. There's some people touring the building and they'll be here shortly. I want to thank the party planners, 120th.
And we're not connected to the audio.
Hired to plan the next 120th.
Oh, okay.
Catherine Clapper, Courtney Lamers, Patty Robo, Megan, and Hannah, as well as Lori Grimley in Minnesota, Kat Riley in Double I. And again, I want to thank the whole IT team. They're still packing up and putting away from our all staff and making that work. So behind me, a table full of Jell-O shots. There's a story there that I've been asked to share with you, and green and blue cupcakes. And even though I've been really trying to be healthy the last month or so. So I really appreciate these little festive touches that allow us to come back together. So welcome to the 120th anniversary celebration. I mentioned in our all staff that of our 23 founding members, there's only a few. Catherine or Patty, maybe you could confirm, it was like 3 or 4, 3 that are still in business. So we're still standing 120 years later. We're built to last, and hopefully we'll be around for a very long time again and serving our members for the next 120 years. I think our longevity is a testament to service. It's not testament to any one person or any one group or any one thing. It's because of people like you. And a mantra that we have at MRA that all of our leaders embody is that we put the members in the middle of all of our decisions. We don't think about what's just good for the association. We don't think about what's just good for training or what's just good for this group. We really put the members at the middle. And our members feel that. It's a service standard that is rare in today. I mean, think about the number of times even simple transactions, going through the drive-through at a fast food company, how many times it might not be quite right. And that's just one of life's little frustrations. And I love MRA for a lot of different reasons, but one is because the people we hire really put our members first. And they say, how can I please my member? How can I go beyond their expectations? How can I make this a positive, memorable transaction, whatever that is, so that the relationship endures? So I'm really proud of all of you for doing that, for making that happen every day. So this celebration is about you. Thanks so much. Now, I've been asked about the Jell-O shots, and it's funny that they ended up at our 120th birthday celebration. If you were at the all staff, then you heard me talk about knowing our members. And knowing our members, I guess, in a very genuine and real way is not just being a business relationship, but making them your friends. Like Janet Closer in that picture, feeling close to them, putting your arm around them figuratively and sometimes literally, so that they say, I love MRA, I love you at MRA, and I trust you. So the Jell-O shots came from a real member relationship that I had, and I wrote a handbook for a member company here in Waukesha County. I'm not going to name names because it involves Jell-O shots. I'm not going to say who that member is, but they're still a member today, and of course they are. Because as I wrote their handbook, you get to know their company, you get to know their culture, you get to know their management team. You know, the plant tour was fascinating. They're related to the airplane industry. So the time came beyond a couple of lunches and a couple of coffees and a couple of projects with them that MRA worked with them on, that the owner of the company said, would you like to join us for a little weekend getaway? And I said, oh, that's interesting. What do you mean? And one of the two owners, a husband and wife, and they were college sweethearts, got married and grew this amazing company. And she said, well, you know, you ask your husband, we'd like to get to know him. So-and-so and I, you do fly small planes, don't you? And I said, well, yes, as long as it has 2 engines. That's my limit. If you've got 2 engines, I'll get on a plane of any size. And she said, it's got 2. I said, this is your own plane. And she said, yes, well, we supply the airplane industry, and this is how we get to our trade shows and things like that. So I thought, well, that's really interesting. So sure, a long weekend with members that I've got to become friends with. So now the Jell-O shots. We meet at breakfast time in Waukesha at the airport, and there was a sheen of ice on everything. And we actually physically had to push the plane out of the hangar. It was so slippery, it was kind of sliding. And I thought, this can't be good. This cannot be good. Am I really going to get on this plane? I'm not a spooky person, so I thought, well, if they're getting on the plane, I'm getting on the plane. And once we got off safely and we took off safely and we're up in the air, it's just, right after breakfast. And this very conservative, very soft-spoken couple that just were hardworking, they pull out and they say, well, we brought some treats. I'm thinking bagels and cream cheese. It was Jell-O shots. And the joke became, as if that isn't funny enough, that they were serving Jell-O shots at 8 o'clock in the morning. I said, I've never had a Jell-O shot in my life, not in college, not in high school. I've never had one. Well, that became the joke. I became the butt of the joke because I rarely drink, but when I do, it isn't a Jell-O shot. So that's how you develop a relationship with a member. You say yes, you go along, you become friends. And to this day, while we're not besties or anything, once a year, I go to lunch or I'll ask them to dinner, and we're still doing business with them today. And no further Jell-O shots involved. But to commemorate that kind of relationship with our members, I invite you to throw your personality into what you do. You don't have to make Jell-O shots, but thank you to those who did for today's celebration. And let your members see you, not just your service. Let them understand you and see what you're all about. You do that great. Put your personality into it. Be real and genuine with them. Let them kind of into your inner circle. And that's really great customer service. That kind of relationship you can't buy in the marketplace. It's really rare when you find a vendor, a partner, who is also someone that you want to be friends with. So I count myself very lucky. I'm proud every day of what you all do. And I've always thought it was a real privilege to serve 3,000 companies bringing all these amazing products to market. So thank you. Have a Jell-O shot. And thanks again to those who organized today. Appreciate you.
All right. So for the rest of the day's activities, what we'll be doing is we're going to have a historical video. Thank you,